Hello everybody, my name is Drew and welcome back to more Feed the Beast on our happy new home on Tuesdays and Thursdays, twice a week for your viewing pleasure. We're hanging out here on the shiny platform that we built our now fully completed altar on, as you can very nicely see displayed. Wow, I'm having trouble with my words, and if my voice sounds a little funny, that is because I'm suffering from what I can only term the worst cold I've had in like months. But I want to say, no, not years, but definitely the worst one. And like, I'm a giant baby when I'm sick, man. I don't want to be sick. I got so much other stuff to do. I don't have time to be sick, especially when it affects my voice and makes recording difficult and doing all the other crap I have to do in a day that requires me to speak. But at any rate, it's a delightful Tuesday, and we're going to be taking a look at our Infusion altar. As we were discussing last episode, I went ahead and finished off the platform here. Sort of. It's missing a roof, but who needs a roof anyway? And below we see this box that I've tried to make look nice. Don't really think I've achieved that, but you'll see that it's very much devoid of life, and there's a reason for that we will we'll get in here. I decided to use the holy blocks, the holy stone from Chisel. I'm not 100% sold on it, but it's also not like terrible. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think of that. In the meantime, though, we're going to talk about how the Infusion altar actually works today, and hopefully, fingers crossed, actually do some real ass infusion. We'll see how well that actually goes, but that is the goal for today, and see whether or not we can achieve that. Now, I've used the blood lamp to light up this platform nice and neat for us. Now, I feel like the particle effects are more enhanced in the update that we're running, because we're running the very latest update of the Direwolf 20 pack, which was actually some time ago, but I haven't bothered changing anything back or even looking if there's a new update. No, I did. I did check. There is no other updates to the back. Ooh, had to sneeze. So it is what it is. So we'll work with what we got. I noticed them, but I'll live with it because it's better than trying to build lights into your builds. But yeah, this is what the completed Infusion altar looks like, and you can see that there is platforms at north, south, east, west, and then now there's two ways of doing this. You can do it the way I've done it, which is not actually the typical way I've done it. If you remember last season, or any time I build one of these altars, I usually do it in a complete box square. However, if we look at, do I have any infusion recipes? I don't think I do. No, I have no recipes up yet, but I can quickly remedy that before we actually get there. Oh damn! I thought I might have had an actual thing to do. Nah, that's okay. But at any rate, we'll make the Boots of the Traveler. We'll see if we can't make at least the Boots of the Traveler today, or maybe one of the lamps. Nah, Boots of the Traveler. That should be relatively easy to make. Once I get the research for it, which I'm going to do right now. I did unlock some other research recently. Not a ton of stuff, but just a few items that we need. And if we look over at our wand side, you'll see that we now have some of the beginnings of our node stabilization, because I did unlock this guy, the node preserver, which gives us access to the node Najar research, which we'll get to. The node Najar is how you move nodes that you find in the wild around. If you're sticking to Thaumcraft, we have access to blood magic, and within blood magic, there's some, shall we say, interesting ways of cheating, because it's a lot cheaper to move nodes using that, with a few downsides, because there's caveats to everything. Unfortunately, it's not as strict cheating as it once was. But at any rate, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that from Artifice. And let's grab the Lamp of Growth for giggles. Oh, and the Golem, because we're going to want to get into Golems, not this episode. Maybe we'll do that next episode or some point. We'll toss those in there for now. At any rate, Let's talk about why I built that crazy looking room and why there are severed heads in my inventory. So as I mentioned in the last episode, infusion crafting is inherently unstable. But there are ways around this, and if you've watched Agrarian Skies, you'll know that I built a room fairly similar to this and did exactly what I'm about to do here, which is layer the bottom level with severed enemies' heads. And what this does is there's some sort of equation or whatever from who does is it Azanor that does this mod? I think it's Azanor that does Stormcraft. But at any rate, it stabilizes the infusion process, supposedly. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but apparently it works. I need to lay something on top of that. That didn't work at all. So yeah, the idea is you want to make your crafting as stable as possible. And the best way I know how to do that is doing exactly what I'm doing here. And if you have the patience for it, putting a bunch of mixed crystal clusters. Now, I don't know that there's a difference between zombie and creeper heads, to be honest with you. I'm assuming there might be a difference. I don't know. There might not be a difference. I could just be, like, totally wrong in that, but I generally use a mix of all of the different heads when I'm doing this. Just for reasons, if nothing else. But yeah, by doing stuff like this, you make pretty much the most stable of infusion crafting setups so that things won't get borked and break. Because that's also a challenge with doing the infusion crafting, is that some of the more advanced recipes have a chance of failing and deleting the very items that they are trying to use to construct themselves with, right? So if you've got like some gem, say you got like a soul gem or whatever, and it took you forever to get that many pieces or whatever to make it, and it's very difficult to make and all that kind of stuff, only to find out that the game went ahead and deleted that on you, you'd be a little upset. I know I would be. So yeah, we're just going to fill this guy up here with heads. We have tons of them from our mob farm, which I'm going to go grab more. And we'll see. I wonder if any skeleton heads. I don't know if I looked. Zombie and creeper. No, looks like just zombie and creeper. Well, let's grab some each again. Am I sure I don't have skull heads? No, the answer is no. I do not. Or they're not skulls, they're heads. Nope, just creeper and zombie. Huh. I'm shocked. I would have thought there would have been skeletons. The more you know. Anyway, I'm going to go here. The other way to... oh, I needed... derp. See, man, you get a cold and all the sickness goes to your head and... blech. Who needs it? One of the things I did forget to do there was grab more cobble. One of the other ways to stabilize your setup is using mixed crystal clusters, which we're also going to be using. But I like putting them on the surface because they look fancier than just putting skulls and heads everywhere. Okay, so we can put those there like that. Oh, yeah, that's totally what I wanted to do, game. Watch where you're going. Huzzah. And now I'm not going to bother filling up the top layer with heads, obviously, because that would be too much. Well, we might be able to get 2 layers in here. No. Trick of the lighting. Never mind. I'm dumb. But I guess it's important as long as I know that. Yeah, just want as many of these in here as you can pretty much get. Hold on, let's swap to the creeper heads here. Because like I said, in theory, this makes it more stable. No idea how it works. I'm sure if you really want to know, you can find it up. Or hell, ask Azanor himself. Sure, he'll answer you on Twitter, actually. Seems like a fairly straight up guy. Okay, so we're going to go like that. Don't really care if it looks pretty at this point. It just needs to serve its purpose. Okay, I lied. I do care if it's pretty or not. Even though I'm never going to look at it, I will know it's here and it will bother me. Alright, that actually should be sufficient for stabilizing this guy. I'm going to get rid of the rest of these. And then I'm going to make a quick cut in the video and I will do those 2 researches up because you guys do not need to see me fail at doing the worst puzzle game known to mankind. And then we'll get talked. We'll get talked. I'm not making any sense. We will talk about the alchemy that also goes into infusion crafting because it's not just putting things on the pedestals and clicking and go. It's a little more complicated than that. But yeah, we'll be back in just a half second, guys. Okay, guys, we're back here, and I've got pretty much everything done. So let's take a look at our Thaumonomicon before we go much further and take a look. I unlocked the basic node stabilizer, which I was briefly mentioning. This is going to be really important to us in upcoming episodes because we're going to start going out into the wild, finding good nodes, taking them and then moving them back here using nodes in a jar or using blood magic. I haven't decided which. And then that will let us have our wand recharging room because it's also unlocked the research for the wand recharge pedestal, as well as its more advanced portions here. We will need some new wands, though, which we'll may or may not get into. I'm thinking I might just jump straight to Silverwood Wand Core, if I can. We also need to research these as well, but like I said, we'll talk about those later. We're more interested in 2 things. Golemancy, so we now have straw golems unlocked, as well as the basic animation cores, which will help us automate some of the Essentia crafting that we're going to be talking about in a moment. And we now have access to the Boots of the Traveler. Super important that we have those, because that's what we're going to be building. And let's take a look. And so you can see what I was talking about, that pattern, where you've got north-south, should be one for east and west, but there's also these in-between points, and we need a fish of some kind, 2 air shards, 2 enchanted fabric, and a feather. And I'm going to cough. Okay. So we need all of those, as well as 25 Volatus and 25 Eider. Well, hold up. None of those things, or neither of those things, rather, are held in our wand. So how do we have those? Because infusion crafting, like I've said before, and if you watched Agrarian Skies or Season 1 of Feed the Beast, can be broken down from more complex items into its liquid form, and thus used in infusion crafting. And you can see here on the bottom a little handy tooltip that tells you what the instability for this particular recipe, which is negligible. Ooh, need to stop coughing. Okay, so let's go on over here. So I've got my 3 Arcane Alembics handy with some coal arting in it, which I know coal's not efficient. Don't yell at me. And I've got 5 void jars. And I went right to void jars here simply because, why not? The upgrade is very minimal to do. And why mess around with regular jars when you can just use the damn void jars? Void jars are pretty simple. They work like anything else that has the word void on it. If it has excess, it simply gets rid of it and keeps it at its maximum storage capacity. Pretty simple. Very, very useful. And so what did I say we needed? We needed 2 things. Eider and Volatus. So you know we need to break items down. But what items do you break down? Well, there's a reason we're scanning everything. And here's where the Thaumonomicon is again, really amazing. And I've seen stuff for the newest edition of Thaumcraft 5 for 1.8, because there are 1.8 packs coming, but I want to give them... Nothing's officially launched yet, I will say that. But mods are getting updated and all that kind of stuff, so it's getting time to get into that upgrade space. And maybe we'll see how far I get into this series before it's upgrade time. I'm assuming there'll be a lot more episodes, because it's only like, I think I've seen 1 pack for 1.8, and it's unstable. So, kind of don't want to take my chances on that. Although doing an unstable pack would kind of be fun. But anyway, I digress. So let's take a look here. You've seen me hover over these elements before. Well, if you've never paid attention till now, what they show you is what items contain what amount of that aspect. So in this case, if we look at, say, ender pearls contain, each ender pearl, singular, contains 4 alienus, or alienus, or whatever it is, right? And if I looked at aqua, I could get 4 from, I think that's just straight water, 4 from, I think that's an aqueous accumulator. You guys get the idea, right? Well, we want Iter and Volatus. So let's find Iter, which conveniently is also contained on ender pearls and strength of 4, so that's good. And then the other thing we needed was Volatus. And I don't think I can melt chickens down. So we're going to need scribing tools or desks. I'm going to go with desks, because desks are... I put my hand in the wrong spot on the keyboard. I'm going to go with desks, because desks are a heck of a lot easier to make. So we're going to start with that right now. And grab... So there's the writing desk from Mistcraft. How easy are you to make? You need that. And you need that. Technically, less materials are going into this. 38. Actually, that's okay with that. I'm good with this. So we're going to break this down. What other aspects do you also have? 3 arbor. See, that's where you want those void jars. Because some of these things are like, well, I don't really need arbor, but whatever. I guess I'll take the extra. We'll grab 2 stacks of these. Ooh, there's lots of stuff on this. Let's only grab 1 stack, actually. 16 times 4. 64. Yeah, we should be good. Ooh, I'm going to sleep. Oh, we're also going to need to make vials. That's something. I knew I was forgetting something. Ooh, excuse me. Didn't mute that in time there. We're going to need to make vials. That's cool. But let's get this working for us. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to stuff our oak desk in here. And the ratio of stuff in there indicates that for every item, we're going to get a ratio of 3 to 1. Which means we'll fill up this top tank pretty quick. But not before we fill the bottom tank up, I think. Is kind of the idea. Well, no, that's exactly how it's going to work. And we'll do that. I'm debating putting 3 tall Olympics, but yeah, we should be okay. Now, how do I make vials? Should be under alchemy. Oh, glass vial. Okay, it is the old recipe, just 3 glass and clay. Okay, let's go over here. And we'll make regular glass. You can never have enough glass vials, by the way. Unless you've got like 10,000. And then maybe you've got enough. But only maybe. But yeah, I was thinking about some stuff earlier. There's some other tech projects that I think we should investigate relatively soon. One thing I was looking at was our oil level. And we've got about a half a tank of oil down there. Which means it should be time to start doing something with that. So we're going to take our arbor here. We're going to grab our vials of it. And one of the things that kind of stinks is that you have to go 8 at a time. Which sucks for odd-numbered stuff because you tend to lose it. So we'll throw that arbor in there. We'll throw the Volatus in there. Thank you. And then we needed Iter, right? Beautiful. One more. There you go. So that should be more than enough of both of those items to make this happen. We'll put the Iter there. And we'll put the Volatus there. So yeah, 32 of each should be plenty. Well, actually will be because we only need 25. And we'll pop upstairs. We'll put these vials away. Come on. There you go. And we'll grab, while we're at it, 2 air shards. Oh, magical fabric. That's something we needed to make, isn't it? Huh, Drew derped. I was not thinking. I'm going to blame it on the sickness. So we need... Oh, that's easy to make. 1 of each aspect. Oh, that's how you make... Aha. So he condensed them. Oh, smart Asinor. So... We should make a set of these robes, because it gives me a 2%, 3%, 5%, another 5% discount for wearing the Thermitage's robes. That's what I'm going to call it. And I should make another set of goggles are revealing because they also give me a 5% discount. Unless I'm getting that discount. I don't think I am. Yeah, that's it. I'm only getting a discount on air. And that's fine. Because I combined it with the stupid helmet. You no longer get the that bonus. If it was using the bound one from Blood Magic, I think you still get the bonus. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I've already got this set up ready to go on making more void jars when we need them. So let's go over here. We're going to grab some wool and some string. Wool. Oh, do I not have any wool? I thought I had... Okay. But we not do that. That'd be good. Wool. Which we're just going to make a whole bunch of this stuff. And I think I only need to put it in a 4 pattern. Right? Yes. Okay, let's get rid of this. And I'm only going to make a couple. Because we only need... Oh, we'll make 4. Why not? Okay, and we had the 2 air, we got that. We need a pair of leather boots. Oops. Which, conveniently, I only have 2 leather. Son of a bitch. Let's go hunt a cow real quick. Ooh, coughing fit. There should be some cow. Well... No, I need those cows. Stay in there, inhumane torture. Okay. If I was a cow, where would I be hiding? I'm almost sure there was cows in this field at one point. But I'm assuming all the cows that I have underground are slightly stopping them from spawning. Oh, there's a cow. Gotcha, buddy. 3 leather. Perfect. I only needed 4. Now I have 5. So I'll have that pair of boots. We have the other 2. A fish. Do I have any fish? Do I have any fish? Ooh, I don't know. That's actually a legitimate question. I have no idea. Oh, I wonder if I got any in the random chest of random. No. That's this morning. How about in here? Oh, okay, so I gotta go fishing. So I'm gonna make another quick cut in the video and I'll be right back. Okay, 1 fish has been achieved. And I think that was pretty much it. That's all we needed. Right? Let me double check before we do this thing. Oh, I'm excited to actually see this work. Oh, feather. 1 feather. Now, one thing is I want to put haste on my boots at some point if I can do it. That would be delightful. Oops, too many hits there. Okay. Alright, let's do this thing. So, orientation-wise... Oh, I didn't make the boots. Herderderp. I'm just full of errors this week. Can only imagine what next episode will be like. Hopefully less failure. But this is me. Come on. Me? Do better? Don't laugh. Okay. So, let's go on over here. Ooh, a little bit of skip there. And let's take a look at our pattern. Now, it actually doesn't matter which direction's up to you, but whatever. I like to put whatever, like, the room facing away from where I walk in is going to be the up. So we're going to have 2 shards, the fish, and like that. So we're going to be excluding this middle portion. And that's fine. Doesn't matter. Fish goes there. Cloth. I got worried for a second. 4. Boots. Now, in theory, everything is good to go. If you've followed all the instructions, you'll be here too. And if I click the runic matrix with a right click, it does that. And it starts to animate, and you can see, oh, look at it go. There goes our Eider. Velatus. Eider will be forthcoming. And it starts to go into the runic matrix and do its thing. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, infusion crafting. And it is, in my opinion, one of the coolest mechanics in all of modded Minecraft. I mean, come on, look at that. Like, it's literally doing exactly what it says on the tin and infusing all those objects onto those boots. And in about 2 seconds, we're gonna be let's say get and left at the same time. We will get our Boots of the Traveler. Haha. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just successfully crafted the Boots of the Traveler. How awesome are these? Oh. Okay, so they work very similar to, say, your sash here, the Sojourner's sash. They speed up your walking. Like, look how fast I walk, man. Crazy fast. Crazy fast. They also let you walk up 1 deep ledges. So if I take off the sash, you'll notice I walk a little slower, but I can still walk over all these things. How baller is that? Oh, that's cool. Put that on. It sounded weird. But yeah, you're going to walk much quicker. These are also very enchantable. They're not offering a lot of armor by comparison. I think they offer like half as much armor as the other stuff does. But they do get you that nice little bonus in speed and whatnot. And they're very enchantable. So that's a thing. We're going to want to scan these, actually. And I haven't scanned regular jars. So let's take our ring off to do this. And let's go ahead. We're going to scan a couple things and then call her a day. So there's the enchanted fabric, which I'll grab my thumb meter. So we'll scan that guy. Have I scanned blaze powder? No, I haven't. Blaze powder. And the Boots of the Traveler. So even if I don't get clues in your research, I've still scanned it. Let's scan the Sigil of the Blood Lamp. See what that gives us. Nothing. Awesome. Word a jar. Very good. Void jar. Perfect. So we've done all the scanning that we needed to get back here. That we needed to do. We've got ourselves the Boots of the Traveler. I should put an armor stand in here with our thermitages stuff on it. Now that I think about it, man, I need to really get some better cough medicine or something. Or just take more of the cough medicine that I do have. But yeah, guys, that'll pretty much do it for this week's episode. The first of this week's episode. I must be insane. At any rate, guys, if you liked the episode, you guys know what to do. Go ahead and click the old like button for me. Yeah, man, new week, new schedule. Should be a lot of fun. I'm actually looking forward to doing more projects and playing this. Hopefully I continue to have the time to do this for you guys. As always, you can find other work I have done in the description box below. And of course, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. See you Thursday, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.